moving forward with our heads held high.
Ewa Africa, you do not want to miss it, and you don't want to miss this conversation in studio this morning, because we are speaking about this event happening on Sunday. Let's get straight into the conversation. Tell us, how is it looking? What's the content going to be like, and the talent?
Yes, well, besides having 20 designers and 80 models, we are going to have a nice lineup of talent headed by Terry Lyons, Atta Clan, Charmaine Ford, Washa Foley, drummers and performers. We also have Dion Batiste, who's going to be doing some dance. And we have Abiel Jackson and Conrad Parrish, who are our griot for the show, and they're going to be telling this wonderful story about the folk traditions that are so pregnant in our Afro-Caribbean style. And I look forward to it. We have a wonderful show, and the show is in-house at the Queen's Hall this year.
Excellent. I just want to sneak in one more question.
Yes.
What inspired folklore?
Because I think that our folksy traditions are part of our indigenous self, and what is seeming to be Afro-futurist is going back to these organic indigenous ways. So I said that layer of the folk, and it also plays in the word folklore, is what gave me the inspiration for this year's incarnation.
And how did the rest of the team accept that theme?
Yes, well, everybody is responding to that because implicitly that's what we do. So now that I'm playing on that implicit indigenous intrinsic self, I think they are doing wonderful. Everybody tells me their stories, and I help craft it in terms of their coloration and their application, their surface treatment. It's a wonderful commingling.
It really is. And the beauty is the collaboration, because the Emancipation Support Committee was, of course, a massive part of this. What has the journey been like?
Oh, it's a long and arduous journey, but we are fit for it. I love my job. I love the work. We all love what we do. We launched on Saturday the whole festival, and Ewa Africa is the first major event. So we want to encourage all of our people to come to the event. Come to Queen's Hall on Sunday. You can get tickets at the Queen's Hall box office and at Emancipation House, 5B Bergerac Road in Marival. Our general tickets are $300. There's special reserve at $350. And this year, if you buy a ticket, you also have the opportunity to win a door prize of a flight, a free ticket to any Caribbean destination, to and from. So we want to give Caribbean Airlines a special thanks for coming on board with us this year and being the official airline of the 2024 Pan-African Festival, TT, commemorating emancipation.
This is so beautiful. It's wonderful to see the investment as well.
Yes.
Do we have any other stakeholders involved that you would like to mention?
Okay, so of course we have the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and the Arts, Trinidad Tourism Limited, the National Carnival Committee. These are the stalwart partners of this festival. Of course, we want to give special thanks to Queen's Hall, because they always give us such kind consideration and support in doing Ewa Africa in particular. So that the event, we can't do it alone. The Emancipation Support Committee, though we are a small independent NGO, but with the support of the different agencies and our sponsors, we are able to make these things happen. And of course, we need the people to come and participate and receive what we are offering, because it is not just about them coming to pay to be there, but to experience what it is we are offering, because it is all part of our consciousness raising, learning to love ourselves, our culture, pride in ourselves, and giving opportunities to our young designers and artisans who will also be there.
Thank you so much for that, Zakia. Okay, Richard, just to come back to you for a quick moment, we're trying to squeeze in as much as we can, because there's so much that's taking place. One of the things that was just mentioned is, the raising of consciousness. You've been involved in this process. Have you seen those who have been involved day by day start to really raise that awareness?
Well, yes. I think there's a rush of the designers to want to be part of this process, because people have been working with their Afrocentric inclinations without manifesting it by a statement and an alignment with an organization like the Emancipation Support Committee. So I like what the project has done. Patron, partner, and participant are all imbued with this Afrocentric vibe to make consciousness of our African traditions and heritage come to the fore. And I feel it. It's part of my own culturing as well. So that's why the synergy is so beautiful when I craft these stories for the show to have a wonderful meaning.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, I know that it's going to be an amazing event, and we really should have had just a bit more time, but that means that you're going to come back on the show. So thank you so much for joining
Thanks
us,
for
and looking
having us.
forward to this. Talking about none other than Ewa Africa that is taking place. You don't want to miss it. Thank you so much to Richard Young and Zakio Zomowadada for joining us this morning. And now it's time to join Ayenka, who's going to be chatting about the local stock exchange.